Hey guys, Luke here. In today's short video, we are doing a comparison between the Lumix G7 and the Panasonic GH4. So the G7 is a very popular micro four thirds camera, fantastic for anyone looking to get into video work. Maybe you're starting a YouTube channel or you're doing product reviews. And the GH4, although it is a couple of years old now, still has very powerful internals and can do some really incredible video work with this camera. All right, guys, to save you a heap of time and research, I think the Panasonic G7 is kind of the perfect camera for anyone that's a beginner, for anyone that wants to get into shooting really nice 4K footage, for anyone that doesn't want to spend a whole heap of money. You can get these in really good bundle deals. It is very lightweight. It has a very nice sensor inside of it. The battery life is respectable. It has a really handy flip out screen, which is great if you're doing like selfie or vlogging type work. It is touchscreen. It basically has a lot of the capabilities that the GH4 has, but it's in a smaller, lighter body. It's much cheaper, but it is still a very powerful camera. The good thing about both the Lumix G7 and the GH4 is all of the lenses, even the really high quality ones, are still very affordable. So let's have a quick look around both cameras so you can see the differences between the two and make a decision around which one is going to be better for you. So both cameras have a digital eyepiece. Okay, so this is different to a normal camera. Everything you see in this particular eyepiece is electronic. It has a sensor on here that will automatically turn on and off if your face is against the actual eyepiece. Both cameras have a very nice touch screen. This entire section is touch capacitive. You can change all of the different menus on here. You can use the actual D-pad over here. It's very intuitive. It's actually one of the main reasons that I use Lumix cameras, because the menu system inside is excellent and it works just like using almost like a modern smartphone, and it's very simple to navigate. And if you're a beginner, it's easy to work your way around all the different menus without getting confused. And I think Panasonic does an excellent job of putting things in logical spots inside the menu itself. Now, around the camera, we have all of our different autofocus modes. We have all of our dials on the top. We can easily change between different shooting modes with this one. The power switch is in a very convenient spot over here. And we have all of our different video and stills modes over here on the left-hand side. So literally just a rotate and you can change between them. We do have micro HDMI on this side. So if you're looking at potentially attaching this to like an external monitor, that's all there. You do have the remote, so if you want to do remote shooting, also included on the the G7. Now, one thing that was a real win for me, and one of the reasons I actually made the switch to the G7, is the fact that we get an external mic point. So basically what this mic point actually does, it allows you to attach a professional Rode microphone or shotgun microphone in the hot shoe up the top here and plug it into the side. So it means that any audio that you want to capture is going to be much higher quality than what the camera will pick up by itself normally. So that was a real win for me. It doesn't have a mic, like a monitoring port, so you can't actually monitor the audio, but I personally feel that Panasonic does a really good job of showing you all of the different mic input levels on the screen. Very easy to monitor. You can see if you're clipping. It's just a very easy and intuitive way to do it. All in all, guys, like you can probably tell, I really love the G7. Even though it is kind of like a cheaper, budget-friendly entry-level camera, it just has so much included. A lot of people call it like the baby brother of the GH4, because it kind of takes all the really good things about the GH4 and puts them into a smaller, easier to carry, more affordable body, and that's why it's still so popular amongst people getting started with video work. So excellent camera. I really love it, guys. And there's just a whole selection of amazing lenses, prime lenses, zoom lenses. You really can't go wrong with the G7. So what are the differences then between the G7 and the GH4? Well, the first thing is this is obviously a bit chunkier. It is weather sealed, meaning it's probably better for people that are doing like external work. Maybe you're doing like wildlife or something like that, where having something that is weatherproof that can take a little bit of rain and stuff like that is more important to you. It is a bit older, but in no way is this a slouch. Like, the sensor is the same in both cameras. It has more internal video recording options. It does really, really nice slow motion video. It does really, really nice 4K video as well. The big thing for me, and the reason I kept my GH4, is the fact that it has absolutely stellar battery life. If you get a good battery like the Panasonic branded ones, or even an aftermarket one, you can shoot for 3-4 hours on a single charge, and that's without getting the battery grip for the GH4. So it's kind of why, I didn't just get like another G7. I stuck with the GH4 as kind of like a secondary camera, because I just know it's just so reliable, having great battery life, having beautiful, like amazing 4K footage, guys. Like, some of the work this thing can do, it really is like a workhorse camera. The 4K that comes out of this is so good. And when it came out, it was it was like well ahead of the competition, because it was such a small body, but it could shoot amazing 4K footage. Even though it is old, I still think it is worth picking up. Like, if you're just getting into video work, or you want to kind of like get improved video work, you want to shoot in 4K, you want more detail, this camera is still worth picking up. It's still being sold, and I still absolutely love both these cameras. Probably the only little minor gripe I would have is sometimes autofocus. You do need to spend just that little bit of time understanding how the Panasonic focusing system works. It's not quite as reliable and as quick as Sony cameras. However, now that I've used it for a number of years, I've kind of gotten used to it. I know kind of like the best ways to get this to focus and to stay focused. It's no slouch, like it's not slow to focus. It can just sometimes miss focus, which is just a minor gripe. Now, on the side, this one has more in terms of outputs. It has obviously the mic input. It has audio monitoring, which is very, very handy. It's got all of your external